Okay, let's talk about manifestation. It's a word that can bring to mind all sorts of things, right? Vision boards, cosmic ordering. But what if I told you the real power isn't somewhere out there in the universe, but it's actually right inside your own head? Today, we're going to dig into the hard science behind how our brains can quite literally shape our reality. Let's get into it. So, what is it, really? Is all this just wishful thinking, or is there some actual brain science at play here? Well, that's the big question we're going to answer. And the evidence is pretty clear, actually. It really points to this idea that manifestation is a cognitive process. It's about learning how to direct the most powerful tool you will ever have, your own brain. And this, right here, is the absolute core of it. The whole process isn't about passively waiting for the universe to drop things in your lap. Not at all. It's an active process of training your brain to notice and then to act on opportunities that, get this, are already all around you. You're not changing the world, you're just changing your focus. All right, so to really get how this works, first we need to meet your brain's biological gatekeeper. This is where the neuroscience really starts to get interesting. Think about this for a second. Every single moment of every day, your brain is just getting slammed with millions of bits of sensory data. Everything you see, hear, smell, all of it. I mean, can you imagine trying to consciously process all of that? You'd be completely overloaded instantly. So, how does your brain not just shut down? Well, it's got this amazing tool called the Reticular Activating System, or the RAS. The best way to think about it is like a bouncer at the nightclub of your conscious mind. Seriously. It stands at the door and decides what information gets in and what stays out, all based on what it thinks is important for your survival and your goals. Okay, so here's the hack. This is the crucial part. You can consciously influence that filter. When you set a super clear goal or intention, let's say you decide, I want to buy a red car, you are giving your RAS a new search command. And what happens? Suddenly, you see red cars everywhere. They're not new, they were always there. Your brain is just finally letting you see them. Okay, so the RAS lets some information through the velvet rope. What happens next? Well, another psychological process kicks in. This one's less like a filter and more like a search engine that's completely biased to prove you right. Right. So it's not like the world magically changes around you. No. Your experience of the world changes because you're literally changing the lens you're looking through. And this is all thanks to something called confirmation bias. And this is a perfect example of that confirmation bias at work. It's so powerful. If you walk around believing, man, I'm so unlucky, your brain will become a detective for bad luck. It'll find every red light, every little inconvenience, just to prove you right. But flip that switch. Start believing, I'm going to succeed. Suddenly, that same brain, in the exact same environment, starts highlighting opportunities, noticing potential helpers, and seeking out evidence of progress. Same world, totally different lens. All right, so we've tweaked our brain's filter, we've updated its internal search engine. What's next? Well, now it's time to prep for action. And we do this by taking advantage of the brain's incredible ability to rewire itself, something called neuroplasticity. We do it by, and this is cool, literally rehearsing for reality right inside our own minds. Okay, get ready for this, because this is a fascinating little quirk of our neurology. See, your brain actually has a really hard time telling the difference between an event that is really happening out in the world and an event that you are just vividly imagining in rich sensory detail. To your neurons, thinking about nailing that presentation is incredibly similar to actually nailing it. And that, my friends, is a massive advantage we can use. And that right there is how we build what's called mental muscle memory. When you truly visualize success, and I mean really visualize it, with all the sensory details, the feelings, the sounds, the emotions, you are lighting up the exact same neural pathways as if it were really happening. So when the real opportunity shows up, your brain doesn't react with fear. It reacts with this calm familiarity, like, oh yeah, I remember this. I've run this simulation before. I know what to do. Okay, let's bring this all home. In this last section, we're going to see how all these internal pieces, the filter, the search engine, the mental rehearsals, all come together to create real, tangible results out in the world. This phenomenon has a name. It's called the self-fulfilling prophecy. It's basically the bridge that connects what you believe on the inside to what happens on the outside. Your expectations don't just predict your future, they actively help create it. Check out how this positive feedback loop works. It's a cycle. Step 1. You start with a belief. Let's say, you know what? I'm a confident speaker. Step 2. that belief starts to change how you act, right? You stand a little taller, you make eye contact, you speak more clearly. And then, step 3, people notice. They respond to that confidence with more attention, more respect. And that reaction from them, well, that's step 4. It feeds right back into your original belief, making it even stronger. See the loop? The prophecy just fulfilled itself. You know, Henry Ford might have said it best. This quote just perfectly nails the entire idea. Your internal world, what you truly believe, sets the blueprint for your actions and ultimately for your results. It really is that simple and that profound. So let's wrap this all up. At the end of the day, manifestation isn't some kind of cosmic magic. It's mechanics, brain mechanics. Your RAS is your filter. Your confirmation bias? That's your search engine. Visualization? That's your mental rehearsal space. And it all works together because your beliefs drive your actions. So that really just leaves us with one final question. And this one is for you. Now that you know your brain is basically sitting there waiting for instructions, what search command are you going to give it today?